Toxic cocktails.
Poisonous Profiles, hosted by Ashley Howard, starts right now. So go ahead and pour that extra shot into your cocktail. Get snuggled up, get cuddled up, pop your popcorn because we are getting started right now.
Welcome in, everybody. It is your girl, Ashley Howard. I am here for another episode of Poisonous Profiles. As you know, on Poisonous Profiles, it is my duty and my pleasure to bring you stories and gems of restaurants and bars located all around the great United States and even overseas. The hospitality industry is full and ripe with so many devastating and poisonous stories that we have so many different angles and ways in which we can become poisonous within this industry. So tonight, I have decided to highlight and talk about the one, the only, Willie's Chicken Shack, located in New Orleans. Now, you might say, Ashley, why did you choose this place? Well, some of you may know, and some of you may not know, but my brother is a wonderfully beautiful man.
He sure is.
Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And he has pledged here in the great state of Tennessee. I'm not going to tell you which chapter he's in. We're not going to go into all of those details, but he is a great, deliciously devastating dog of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And they just recently went to New Orleans for their claves. I hope I'm saying that right, brother. You can correct me, all the Q's, correct me in the comments. They always go to the claves. And so this year they went to New Orleans. So the brothers, I'll tell you more about that. It's like a fraternity thing. They go down there, and it's like a bonding experience for all the fraternities all around the world to get together, especially all Omegas are there. All of Omegas are there. And so my brother, he went to New Orleans. Yeah, they can hear me, trust me, but he went to New Orleans. So this is why I chose this place. Also because I love New Orleans, and one of my favorite places to visit whenever I am in New Orleans, which is nothing but a 6-hour and 55-minute drive away from my home, I know precisely, to get to the JW right down off of the French Quarters. It is, when I go there, probably the first places that I'm going to go to outside of the CVS, which is crazy, but that's one of my favorite places to go in New Orleans, is going to be Willie's Chicken Shack. Now, after doing some research, you guys, I have to stop going there. Because once you know something, you can't unknow it. Okay. And this is how we're going to start off. I'm going to give you a little history lesson, okay? On the French Quarters, which is going to lead us into the devastating, mysterious, mafia-ridden Willie's Chicken Shack.
I'm invested.
The French Quarter in New Orleans is notorious for its long and colorful history of crime and corruption. One of the most infamous periods in this history is the era of Storyville, the city red light district that operated from 1897 to 1917. Storyville was known for its numerous brothels and quickly became a hub for gambling, drug use, and other illicit activities. City officials created Storyville as a regulated district to combat the growing problem of prostitution in New Orleans at this time. The city was plagued by an influx of sex workers, many of them young women who had been trafficked or coerced into the trade. The officials believed that by the legalization of prostitution in the controlled district, they could protect the women involved and maintain some control over the trade. Despite their intentions, Storyville soon became a hotbed of crime and corruption. The district was under the control of a powerful network of madams who bribed police officers and politicians to turn a blind eye. The brothels were often overcrowded and unsanitary, and the women who worked in them were subject to violence and abuse. Now, you may be wondering, what does that do with the Willie's Chicken Shack? Well, let me bring you up. Come with me. Now, you say to yourself, who owns Willie's Chicken Shack? Well, the owner of Willie's Chicken Shack is Mike Motawani. Now, listen to the name, y'all. That is an Indian name. Okay? Okay? He's a seasoned real estate developer who has faced several controversies, but he is best known for his French Quarter t-shirt shops and, of course, his ties to the mob and other corrupted industries.
Oh, I did not know that.
Okay, so this is how I'm gonna tell y'all this first. So Willie's Chicken Shack is a New Orleans soul food restaurant that serves fried chicken and strong drinks. It opened in 2012 and has become a staple of the city's culture. It has 10 locations in the French Quarter and downtown New Orleans, including 3 on Bourbon Street. And in 2023, it opened its first non-New Orleans location in Key West, Florida. Now, if you're listening to me, when I mentioned Storyville was off adjacent of the French Quarters, okay? Willie's Chicken Shack sits, 7 of those 10 locations sit right where Storyville used to be, okay? And y'all starting to connect the dots? Storyville was known for what, y'all? Y'all can talk.
A lot of bad shit.
Yeah, prostitution.
Yeah, a lot of bad shit. I don't even know what else to say. A lot of bad shit.
And monsters, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, here we go. Go back up here. So this is where it starts to tie in together. This all comes from New Orleans AP, which is Associated Press. The owner of a strip club in a popular New Orleans entertainment district has been charged with raping an intoxicated 16-year-old girl who was visiting the French Quarter during a trip with friends. Louisiana agencies had been investigating complaints of underage dancers, underage drinking, and prostitution at the club, Associated says. The owner of the Bourbon Street Kama Sutra Cabaret is 36-year-old Vishal Matawani.
Another Indian name.
No, the same last name. Oh, he is the nephew of none other than. Ready? Of the owner, Mr. Mike Matawani. Okay? Now, New Orleans police said that in an affidavit obtained by the New Orleans outlets this week, club employee Kenneth Rassenfer, who is 40, is accused of leading the girl to Matawani's office where the attack allegedly happened. He's charged with kidnapping and being the principal to rape, the document showed. Okay? Now, I did my own research into Mr. Matawani, okay, and his family. His family is an Indian family that dates all the way back to the 1800s. I feel like it is no coincidence that a family that is associated with the mob has now come to New Orleans, and that opened up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but 10 locations. And actually now I think it's 11 because now they got one in Florida, right? And these are located on very shaky and shady grounds. And in each location or nearby that location, there is constantly corruption, rape allegations, and sex trafficking rumors happening with around that Willie's location. Now, how can I say this? I stopped y'all once I saw a picture of Mr. Matsawani's great-great-grandfather on a back page that has heritage of all Mr. Matsawani's family members who were all dressed up in very much so gangster Indian attire. I don't even know if this is going to be able to air without being taken down. Come on.
I want to know what is gangster Indian wear? Like a feather? No, let me stop because I'm about to get racist. Stop. No.
What's talking about Indian as in Indian from India?
Well, that's why I said feather.
Have you ever?
Oh, wait.
No, that's not a feather.
Well, I was getting ready to say to myself, I know you're not using the word Indian as in. They do, like, holy cow. They preserve the cow.
Yes. But those are Native Americans, y'all. Now, I'm talking about Indians from India.
Well, that's what he's saying, the Indians from India. Yeah, they don't eat cow. They don't eat beef. Even at McDonald's, their burgers are turkey. Anyways, I'm sorry. I just want to clarify. Go ahead. I'm not gonna interrupt you no more. I promise.
It's not. This is how I'm gonna try to start. Like this. I mean, y'all, the rabbit hole went so deep.
Because the whole time I'm thinking they're Native Americans.
No. They're
Indian. Well, when you kept saying Indian, I'm like, what do you mean by Indian?
India.
India.
Yes.
Indian. Oh, shit.
Everybody knows about anybody who is Indian or the recent trend of Indians owning chicken spots. It is becoming very suspect, you guys. And as an African American person, I have to stop and wonder and think to myself, my brother, what is the agenda with these chicken spots that Indian people are owning? Now, this man has come from generations of Indians and has probably some great dishes. Why does he have 11 Matawani Indian spots open? Why chicken? Why call it Willie's? Willie's is such an African American name. When I wanted to look into it, I was for sure
it was a black owned up. So I'm gonna say this. Do you think it's the same thing as why so many people that come, whether they're here or whatever, like a lot of the Asian people own hair stores? Hair stores for black women. We know that.
Yeah.
But when you go into a hair store, who's owning it? It be the Asians. So that's the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? If you really want to take it there, like
because black people, we're great consumers.
And yes, but also it's number one. So what it is, I know I'm gonna get my money's worth if I reach out to this demographic. Right. But that's almost like the Willies.
I feel like the name, and because it's a chicken joint, it attracts a whole different a wider different demographic.
And then they serve liquor too there, y'all. I meant to say that as well. They serve
that's how they caught you off anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have something called a wet Willie. It's one of my favorite drinks there. It is everything inside it. It's everything. It's all the alcoholic slushies because the way that it's set up, it's like an indoor. Yes, it's indoor, but I love indoors. I don't like to be outside. No, thank you. So you come inside. It's the one I always go to. You go inside, and there is literally just a icy machine full of liquor, and you just take your cup and you pour it in. You're really just paying for the cup, and then you pay that, and you can refill it. and you just go. And if you get a Willie, it's all of them. It's all the different slushies into one, and you just. Yeah, I had one. I did one. It was the Wet Willie fish bowl, and it goes around. It's a big fish bowl, and it's on a chain, y'all, and you carry it. And y'all, at one point in the middle of French Quarters, I'm so sorry. I'm glad I never got arrested. I took that fish bowl, y'all, and I just set it right on the ground on Bourbon Street. Right on the ground in Bourbon Street, right after I drunk some more of it. That's very interesting. We need to go to that place. Or should we not support it?
Yeah, if we going as a group, well, I wouldn't go by yourself.
No. You know, it's funny because I know you have more of a story to tell, but I was on TikTok. I understand why they're trying to outlaw TikTok because I get all my news from TikTok now. I don't even know what's going on with the presidential election if TikTok wasn't available because I watched the whole debate on TikTok. And I watched people debate it. I mean, not debate it, but like break it down. And I hear both sides because for whatever reason, my algorithm has left and the right side. It's weird. But anyways, I've been I've been hearing a lot about New Orleans lately. You know what? New Orleans is one of those cities where it's got so much history. Nashville has a lot of history too. But it's so much history in New Orleans. It's so much what people describe as pain in that city from people who have suffered. And now, I don't necessarily believe this, but I'm going to just tell you this. That's why a lot of people believe that a lot of the areas in New Orleans are cursed.
They are.
I hear that a lot.
You hear that a lot too. Dawn said he hears it a lot too.
Yeah, no, they are. I have been to New Orleans, and I have gone to a certain section on the French Quarters, and literally as I'm walking, I can't walk any further. Like literally, I can see the street, and I can see that my body could go that way. I'm not tired, but it's something my I don't know if my ancestors or my spirit guides, they won't let me go down this particular every time I go. And every time I say to myself, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna go down there. Because people tell me, it's some salacious things that happen down there and there's a lot of voodoo and stuff. But my spirit won't let me literally walk down that street. Every time I get there, I try to take one foot, y'all, and I'm telling you, I can't do it. I'm telling you, it's something. I'm telling you, it's something. It's something about. If we ever go to New Orleans together, I'm gonna take you there, and you're gonna be like, Ashley, I did see you try, and it's because I'll do this. Like I'll get to the tip of it, and I'll turn around, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go, and then I'll turn around again. You're like, Ashley, what are you doing? I just be walking in circles. I'm like, oh, you know what? Never mind. Let's just go. Every time.
Tell you. So what I've been hearing, like seeing on TikTok, is a lot of people saying like, people don't talk a lot about New Orleans about how like the curse and stuff, and I believe that. I'm gonna get a little.
It begin to
I'm gonna get a little. I'm gonna go off on a teeny tiny tangent. When you talk about like areas that are, we call it curse, people say, oh, it's not true. But if you think about the pain and the history of people that have been murdered, died, tortured, it wouldn't be unreasonable to believe that there are because people were tortured there, it wouldn't be unreasonable to believe that there's some type of negative energy that's floating around certain areas of that city. In certain places you just don't go. And I believe that. And me, I'm scary. Dawn. I'm gonna tell you something. If it's something that you say, hey, don't go into 4108 because it's haunted, say less. I'm not going. I don't want none of that around me. Like, and I guess that kind of even probes me to ask y'all a question before we end this Poisonous Profiles. How much do y'all believe in the paranormal? Because with being Christian, you know what I mean? There are certain things you say like, oh, I don't believe that or whatever, but I really want to know, how much do you really believe in the paranormal?
Because have you ever had a paranormal experience and you're like, that wasn't right?
Yeah, I think we all have. I think we all have experienced those moments like that where you're like, "Whoa, what the hell was that?"
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like that's weird as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I, you dream of something, and a couple of days, or maybe a month or two later, maybe a year later, you're like, "Damn, where the hell did I see this before?"
Where? Yeah, you're like, man, today's time. Like, whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I've been here, I've seen this,
yeah,
I've done this,
I was here.
I was here.
Yeah. So I don't know. See it.
Well, you guys, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this segment of Poisonous Profiles. Again, I do want to hear what you guys think about this segment of Poisonous Profiles. Have anybody been to Willie's Willie's Shack in New Orleans? My bros, talk to me. Tell me, how was your experience there in New Orleans? How are the ladies? How did the ladies treat you in New Orleans there? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you find yourself down Canal Street? If you did, were you able to go a little further down Canal Street? That's exactly what I was talking about when I said sometimes I can't go any further, and it's Canal Street that I can't go all the way down. If there's somebody from New Orleans can give me a little bit more history about Canal Street and some things that have happened on Canal Street, maybe can explain to me why my body won't let me go fully down Canal Street. Because maybe there's something I need to like I'm gonna say my Mamaku side so I can get down that street. But in all seriousness, you guys, life is very poisonous. But the cure to poison will always be truth. Once you know something, you can't unknow it. Learn from your past, but live in the present. I hope you guys have enjoyed my segment of Poisonous Profiles. I am Ashley Howard, and always, always stay blessed, stay humbled, and keep that head on a motherfucking swivel.
Thank you for listening to Toxic Cocktail.
Toxic cocktails.
Thank you so very much for listening to Poisonous Profiles. This episode was brought to you by Taylor Alexa and Ashley Howard. Taylor Alexa is the author and self publisher of All Lives Matter, located on Amazon.com. Ashley Howard is the author and self published owner of The Love You Choose and The Conversation Piece on Amazon.com. Thank you again to our donors and our sponsors for sponsoring this episode of Poisonous Profiles. The host of tonight's episode was Ashley Howard. Audio engineer Taylor Alexa. Visual engineer Ashley Howard. Audio engineer Taylor Alexa. We thank you so very much for listening in to us. Our producer of the night was also Taylor Alexa. Again, our visual audio engineer was Ashley Howard. We appreciate for all you listeners listening in to Toxic Cocktails. Please come again and be blessed.